What's up, everybody? We are the Nosebleeds. How are you doing, everybody? What's up, Joey?
What's going on? It's good to be here.
Great to have you, man. So let's get into it. Let's go ahead and cover the name of the thing is Kalen Deboer hired at Alabama. Both Alabama fans. Start with you. How you feeling?
Feeling good. He's won everywhere he's been. I feel like this is kind of a somewhat of a home run hire. I feel like a lot of people are throwing shade because Dan Lanning didn't end up at Alabama. Obviously, they missed out on Mike Norvell was a potential candidate. Sark, he wasn't going to leave Texas. Lane Kiffin wasn't going to leave Ole Miss with what they're building there. So I think a lot of people are looking at it saying, "Oh, it was like the fourth or fifth or sixth option," but
I don't think it
any
was.
other program would look at getting Kalen Deboer coming off a national championship appearance, bringing Washington back to the playoff, which they haven't been since was it the first or second year, right? So um, he did a lot of great things at Washington. So I think he's a great hire for them. They're just a lot of people are hating because, like I said, he wasn't their first option, as he shouldn't be because Alabama's a great job. Um, but I'm excited. I think he's going to do good.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do great, honestly. I what up, Austin? Thanks for being in here, buddy. Um, go ahead and let you do that. But Um, I really like Kalen DeBoer. I love his track record. Was he like 62-3 in Sioux Falls or wherever the fuck he
Yeah,
was?
he was right. He was winning
He
national
was like
championships with them.
12-6 in Fresno, and I mean he lost 3 games at Washington and went to a national championship
Right,
undefeated.
right. My only worry is coaches that move up that quickly sometimes worry me a little bit because I think they keep moving on from a place, so it's hard to really plant their roots, learn the recruiting in the area. Like he's only spent
I'm
a
not really
couple of
worried about
years, it seems like, at each stop. Obviously, a lot of head coaching experience, so that helps. But I'm just a little worried about that part of it. The fact that he now it's his team, and hopefully, you hope he's here for 10, 15, 20 years, however long he wants to be, just like Nick Saban.
Yeah.
But he hasn't done it yet. He hasn't sustained success. He's had
And
good success in short term with a lot of teams. So
it's
we'll
hard.
see.
It's really hard being the guy after the great.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that usually doesn't work out. It's usually the next guy.
Mhm.
But I mean, I think he has a home run higher at DC. I mean, it's not T Rob, which is probably every fan's first
Right.
choice, but it's just it is what it is. We didn't get T Rob. He's gone to Georgia. Who
Mhm.
cares? It's over and done with. We did get a great coach though with Kane Womack, and he's a former head coach at South Alabama. Has some disappointing losses, but has some pretty cool wins. And he regressed a little this year, but he was really good last year, or 2 years ago. And then they both coached at Indiana together in 2019, which I really like that because there's a thing that he's like he doesn't. I think he kept 2 or 3 Alabama guys, but they say when I was talking to Washington fans, they said that like usually everyone is like his guys from previous tenures.
Right.
So I mean, I once I heard that, I knew it was when I heard the name Kane Womack, it was perfect. This kind of reminds me of I was listening to Crane and Co. Yesterday morning, and they were talking about Deion Sanders hiring Kent State's head coach for offensive coordinator, which I feel like that's kind of the same thing. That's a pretty good move.
Hmm.
I think this is going to be a good move. I know everyone is, like you said, putting shade on us, but it's
It's all
based.
relative. I mean, it's just based on what they had what they had available or potential, right? Everyone just started throwing out, oh, Dan Lanning's going to end up there. Oh, like try and go get Sark or Kiffin or go get Mike Norvell. Like everyone's going to want this job. Um, Even Dabo, which obviously the fans didn't want. So,
Yeah,
um, but that's just
anyone can put
natural. I mean,
would
Kalen DeBoer going to any other big program is
have been huge.
with huge news, right? There's so many teams that would go nuts over getting a guy. You wouldn't have gone anywhere else if it wasn't for
No,
Alabama, because he had such a great situation in Washington. There's only so many programs above Washington in the country. So
and now Big Ten too. So
right. Um, but yeah, to Austin's point with the quarterbacks, that's what I want to see. I'm wondering if
Will Rogers
Milrow he wants Milrow. I wonder if Will Rogers. I feel like Will Rogers would have already
come.
committed earlier if he was the lock. So we'll see. I think he would be a good fit. I think he'd help. I'm not sure he wants to come back to the SEC after just transferring or partially transferring out, I guess.
Yeah,
But that's going to be interesting what they end up doing, what they want to do at quarterback.
I'm hoping we can get. I saw they had a corner in the transfer portal. I don't know if he's committed anywhere yet,
Mhm.
but I saw that we were the favorite for that yesterday. I mean, a
Well,
lot happens in a day, but
well,
let's hope.
as you mentioned with the defensive coordinator being from South Alabama, I feel like that's a big help because if DeBoer doesn't know the area very well,
Exactly.
he might be able to help recruit
He
defensive
definitely does.
players, um, which is big because if you can't recruit Alabama with Hugh Freeze at Auburn and obviously Kirby Smart at Georgia, they will just eat up those states. They'll take up over that territory. So and you're
Yeah.
seeing it with teams like Florida losing. Florida State's taking a lot of recruits,
We also recruit a lot out of California, and that's perfect for him.
right? Which is good because if they can get the offensive players, if they can get the quarterbacks from California, which we saw with Lane, who was able to do that, and Sark was able to bring in those
He's
quarterbacks.
insane. I don't know if he's entered the portal yet, but
Yeah. So hopefully they get a good quarterback. I don't want to see. I don't really want to see Milrow again, but I don't think it's the worst thing if we go back to him. He's only going to get better, so there's a chance that we're just fine with it with him. But we'll see.
I mean, he made Penix look really good versus Texas, so
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
get half out of that out of
So
Milrow. I'd be pretty excited.
is what what are they doing at offensive coordinator? Is it
It's
Grubb?
Washington.
It is. It's Ryan Grubb from Washington, correct?
I think I gotta pull it up. I was looking at it.
I saw that he was expected to. I just wasn't sure if it was finalized because I thought maybe he
Yeah,
was
I
going to
don't
be a
think
candidate.
OC is finalized, but I did see he did bring his own O line coach. I know a lot of people hated on our O line coach.
Yeah, well, they won the Joe Moore Award at Washington this year, so I mean,
Really good.
it's as
I
good
like
as it gets.
that.
And Grubb if it is Grubb, I think he's expected. I'm not sure if it's finalized. But he did a lot of great things at Washington. Obviously, they had multiple great receivers with Odunze and McMillan, and Penix was incredible, and the running back was incredible. But you're going to get some talent at Alabama, and if you can recreate that and recruit well defensively, that they're going to be right back where they are. It's just a matter of time. So
Yeah, we're getting the strength and coordinator coach from South Alabama, so that's good.
okay,
I'm trying to. I can't find it. It was on like Instagram or something.
hmm
Like all the coaches that were already set, and it was like mostly Washington, like two or three Bama guys, and then like some South Alabama guys.
yeah, I do think it's tough with Caleb Downs going into the portal. Obviously, Isaiah Bond went to Texas. Downs, it looks like, is going to uh,
Georgia,
go to Georgia and follow. I'm forgetting his name, but the defensive coordinator now there.
T. Rob.
Um, yeah, Robinson. So they're going to lose this year. This next year might be tough if they aren't able to bring some players from Washington or
Yeah, we got it.
wherever. You know what I mean? Because
They
they're
have
going
a
to
lot
lose.
here in the portal. I saw.
They're going to lose recruits. So they're still, I think they're still, as of now, a top five. They still have a top five recruiting class. They
Yeah, we
still have
do.
a lot of the 4 stars that they were recruited. But obviously, it's tough losing. Um,
Your
What's
main
the
four
wide
guy.
receiver? They had that wide receiver, Williams, I think.
He was at Alabama meeting this morning.
Oh, he was. So maybe he stayed.
I woke up. Oh no, yesterday morning he was at Alabama team meeting, sideline reporter.
So we'll see. A lot's gonna have to
I
shake
think
out. I mean, it's
I'm,
so early.
I'm in a
Like,
lot of spaces and talk about football,
mhm.
and a lot of people say that he's just messing with everybody. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up at Georgia
I wouldn't be surprised of anything. I feel like college
because
football now
he's
is just such a
messing with Auburn
crapshoot.
and Alabama a lot, bro.
Yeah,
He's
we'll
back
see.
and forth. One of them's got to just let him go eventually.
Yeah.
But I think he kind of looked at the guys leaving Washington this year and two or three guys who could possibly be in the first round, and that's all from
Mhm.
one coach, and that guy's at Alabama. So we're actually getting
Mhm.
wide receiver U back, in my opinion. Um, we definitely are gonna our corners. I don't know. We got to figure something out to get corners back.
Right.
I did notice or have noticed that the transfer from USC. I don't think he's left yet. Have you seen anything on that?
I haven't.
So if we can keep him, and then so I was thinking all the rumors about Harbaugh going to the NFL.
Mhm.
That's another team that's going to open up, and reports are Brian Kelly might be going for that Michigan job to join his offensive coordinator for his dream job, and
Yeah, I saw that, and I wasn't.
two teams that open up for 30 days, two great teams that we can go get players in from.
That's true. Definitely, I think Jim Harbaugh to the NFL is a done deal. I saw Adam
What
Schefter talking about it earlier today.
do you say?
Um, he says the Chargers is a likely destination, and it seems like he's already moved on
It
to
just makes
the
so much
NFL.
sense.
He interviewed with the Falcons. I think the fact that he's done multiple interviews with
I
with
think the
NFL
Falcons
teams,
is just to get that money up.
I think he's already committed to the NFL. I think there's a good chance Sharon
Two
Moore ends up
interviews?
taking
I don't think
over.
he's ever done two interviews. Sorry,
Well,
Clay.
that's right. I think he did one, or he might have.
I think he
He
did
did
for
one
all
with
the
the Vikings, I think, either last year or 2 years ago,
We
whenever that
didn't do
was.
the Colts. We didn't do it.
Um,
I remember
I
that.
think he's as good as gone. I don't think Brian Kelly would jump ship at LSU that fast. I don't know. I think that the Big Ten's getting a lot better. I don't know necessarily if that's going to be an easier job than at LSU. And
I
look, the
think
last
LSU
three.
did a better job.
Oh, 100%. I'm saying the only
You
reason it
do
would be
recruit.
an easier job in terms
You
of
know
not
what?
having to
To win a
play.
national championship at LSU.
Right. The last three coaches have each won one, so it's might be the best job in the country. But
Literally, it probably
but
is.
the
Imagine if you.
SEC is going to be wild though, because obviously Alabama's going to take a little bit of a dip. We'll see what
Oh,
ends up shaking out for the next few months if they get more players. If they might be okay, but you have Ole Miss who's brought
as
in a
long as
ton
we
of
beat Georgia
transfers.
and Auburn, I don't care. And Tennessee.
Right. Auburn's going to be better. I think Ole Miss is going to be really good. I might put some futures on
We
Ole
don't play
Miss.
Ole Miss.
No, but I'm saying in terms of the
Yeah,
SEC, just in general.
we don't have to play Ole Miss or Mississippi State anymore.
Right. I think that's because of the realignment, right?
Yeah, we got to play Oklahoma the week before the Iron Bowl
Yeah.
in Georgia,
Um, Texas is going to be really good. Uh, I
Texas.
mean, you look at the whole SEC. It's going to be Florida's going to be down. I think Mizzou might be good again. We'll see. Um,
We had a
but
lot.
outside of like Vanderbilt and Florida and I don't know who Mississippi State probably won't be very good, but I feel like there's a handful of teams like you could see 5 or 6 teams making the SEC championship next
I'm
year.
not big on Ole Miss anymore since Judkins left.
I mm, I'm not as worried. They have a transfer. I forget his name. I think they have a. Let me
Their
look him up. They had a
transfers.
running back that's.
Ohio State scares me, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
They're gonna be good.
They're gonna be good.
But who's playing quarterback?
The guy from Northwestern.
Yeah, they got this running back
No,
from.
Kansas State. My bad.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yes. I think that
He's
was a
supposed to
good.
be
Yeah,
really good.
they got a running back from LSU, a 4-star. This guy Logan Diggs is supposed to be pretty good. I don't think Judkins is he was good, but I think that offensive line was really good. I think that passing game is going to be better. Defense, really, the offense is going to be just as good, I think, and the defense is going to be much improved. So
Yeah.
I think Ole Miss is going to be legit. I think Texas is obviously going to be really good still. Georgia is going to be dominant. I mean, they're bringing back plenty of guys. Uh,
Yeah, Georgia is going to be really, really good.
so
Really good.
yeah, SEC is going to be it's really going to be SEC and Big Ten will probably take up like a majority of the playoff spots.
Yeah.
When you look at the 12-team playoff, right? You have the
It
one
has
group
to
of
be like
five
a
team.
certain amount of people, so that's kind of.
I bet you Big Ten and SEC take up 6 or 7 of the spots in
Have
the
they
playoff.
redone how it's going to be yet? Because don't they have to redo it since there's no pack?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Because I feel like
You're saying that so the conference, all the conference
they'd
champions
have
get
to
in.
realign how the playoffs are like how
Yeah,
your seed is or whatever. Picking up majority.
yeah. I'm not sure exactly. I assume it will be the Big
Or,
12, SEC, Big Ten, and ACC will all get the champion will all get a AQ.
and then maybe two automatics to the lower guys.
I think I'd be shocked. I think it'll just be the best group of one group of 5. So this year it would have been Liberty, I think. Um,
Yeah,
and then the rest will just be
JMU
whoever
Law,
gets in. So there will be 7 spots in that case up for grabs for teams that don't win their conference championship, which could be Texas,
Alabama.
Alabama, Ole Miss.
We sneak in,
Could
obviously.
be the Big Ten, either Michigan or Ohio State, whoever loses.
You know what I'm waiting to see
Washington
though?
and Oregon. So I think it's going to be all Big Ten, SEC, except
Yeah.
for the ACC champ and the Big 12 champ.
What do you think the over under is going to be for Alabama wins next year? 8.5,
No, I think that's too low. I bet you'd be I
9,
bet you'd be at around 10.
10.
It's 12-game schedule, right? So I expect them to be 10-2. I think they could win 11. I think they could also win 9. But I think they could win 10 because
I
they
think we
play
get a weird upset, and I think we get a good win. Like
right.
I think we beat Georgia.
I think okay, I'm gonna let's if we go through the schedule, I think Georgia is let's count that as a loss for now. At
I think we get an
Oklahoma,
upset. I think it's a big upset for us.
well, but you're saying it's an upset, so let's count it. Let's because it's
All right,
it's
I got you. I got
you know what I'm saying. Um, Let me just pull it up.
you. Are we gonna count Auburn as a loss? No way.
All right, Western Kentucky, win.
Win,
USF,
win.
win. At
We're good.
Wisconsin, win.
Where-
Georgia,
I think
loss.
that's the game we can get.
At Vanderbilt, win. South Carolina, win. At Tennessee, win. Missouri, I would say win. At LSU, that's where we can. That could be a loss. I think at Oklahoma could be a loss. So I think
I think Tennessee is more likely to beat us than LSU.
okay, between Tennessee, LSU, and Oklahoma, all on the road,
Tough.
there's a chance they lose 2 of those.
I can see it. 9-3.
So 9-3, if that's the way you go about it, Auburn win,
What
right?
a down! Oh, dude, fans would riot.
Well, over why if they went 9-3, you're saying?
Yeah, for
We'll
sure.
see I don't think they get in that case, right? I think they would be. I think
Every we'd
they'd
be
be
in the
like
last.
down at 15, 14, 15 in the rankings.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. But that's the difference. It could be 9-3, but it could also be
11.
10-2, and they get in. They lose to Georgia and let's say Tennessee. They could, right? But
We could lose 4.
could lose 4. So back to the win total. I think 9.5. is a good number.
Yeah, I was about to say that, but I don't know if I'm touching that.
Yeah, I'd be worried. But
That's probably where they put it though.
yeah.
But I mean, a little bit. I know we're not exactly all caught up on basketball, but I mean, we are first in the conference right now. From what I looked at this
Yeah.
morning,
Yeah.
undefeated. Hey,
Undefeated.
I think we do have an Auburn matchup coming up soon. That's going to be a big one. They're undefeated at home.
Auburn's legit. Yeah, Auburn's really good.
They're like right. They're below. They're like the second. We're like tied for first. I think we have one more win than they do in the conference. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's next week. Let's look at the standings. Yeah, Alabama 4-0, Auburn 3-0,
Yeah,
Tennessee
3-1.
3-1. There's some good teams this year. Obviously, Kentucky is really good. They can. I did get to watch them a little bit earlier this year. They score like crazy. They can shoot the three, just light up the scoreboard.
I'm gonna be honest. I love Arizona. Not in the SEC, but I love Arizona.
Yeah, I know. I feel like Arizona's always been one of those teams. It's similar to like they always lose in like the Sweet 16, right? Or they
Yeah,
always
but
are really good all year. They do really well in the Pac-12, and then
they're like 12 right now in the
and
rankings. So
yeah, and then they kind of tournament happens and they win one or two, and then they're out. I feel like they're one of those teams that
I got
never comes
them
through.
and Purdue to win the championship.
Okay,
But
I don't
Purdue,
know. Purdue's another team that's got to show it.
Purdue's literally the exact thing you just described.
Yeah, the team that
Zero
doesn't
gold.
that gets upset by the 16, right?
Yeah.
I think the Big East is good, man. The Big East is that's where the most parity happens. I think they're gonna have a lot of teams in it. UConn's number one. They're
Yeah.
playing Creighton right now. I'm not sure what the score is, but
Oh, I did have a bet tonight.
UConn's good. Providence was really good until they lost Bryce Hopkins, one of their better players. They haven't been the same since he got injured. He's going to be out for the year, so that hurts them. But Big East is always my most fun conference to watch because there's just so much parity. Any of these teams can beat each other. But SEC is pretty deep this year.
Yeah. As our friend Matt would say, we're gonna all fold in the playoffs. I'm taking West Virginia tonight, and that game started 30 minutes. Has Virginia started? Yeah. I had IUPUI over, and that's not looking good right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the last play in the thing to even it out. But you got anything else, bro? We're about to the 30-minute mark. So
Yeah. Just quick, I guess I'll say Florida State's up 8. I didn't end up betting that, but they were plus 7.5. I think it moved down to 6.5. They're
yeah,
up
West
8
Virginia's
against
plus four.
Miami right now. Florida State's one of those really frisky teams. They've covered, I think, in 4 straight. Um, Not to get too much into the gambling side of it, but
Yeah.
they've been a fun team. I've been using Ken Palm a lot for a lot of my college basketball bets just to see analytics and stuff because it's hard to follow a million teams.
Yeah.
But Florida State's a fun team because they cause a lot of turnovers. The ACC's, I wouldn't say as good as they've been in the past. It's a little different. I don't think Duke's as good. UNC's not as good. Clemson's pretty good. But yeah,
Um,
hopefully we'll have Will on next time and
we talked Iron Bowl stuff.
yeah,
And
dive deeper into some
what
of this.
day is the Auburn Alabama game next week?
It's next Wednesday, I think.
All right, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That ended up being perfect. All right,
Yeah.
I'm Parlay Joe. That's your boy Joey. I, hey, we out. Y'all have a good one.